Subscribe to Noah Decker today.
Hey guys, Noah here, back with another review for Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy Voyager Class Optimus Prime. This is the 11th figure in the Siege line, as it says here, with WFC S11. On the side of the box, you've got some nice artwork, kind of similar to that of Megatron, but at the same time, I think that this one looks cooler. Just my opinion. But that is indeed beautiful artwork right there. It has some Cybertronian writing down here, and also some englossed version of that here, which you can kind of see. There's also some like Autobot symbol up here that you can kind of see a bit, and it's also on his chest, and that his shoulder has some more of that. So it says Siege War for Cybertron down here, Hasbro, Transformers, Generations. It's all beat up, and Takara Tomy over there. You've got the Siege artwork there. And then on the back, you've got what looks to be a CGI render of the figure, talking about the Battle Masters and his robot mode and his vehicle mode, and how he converts in 27 steps. So, at the top, there is a beaten down Autobot logo, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy. On the bottom, some labels and barcode and legalities and such. So yeah, I'm going to get this guy open and into vehicle mode so that we can all, so that I can talk about it. So here he is, and as you can see from the start, unlike Megatron, the storing for the weapons plural, is not very elegant. His axe slash shield is on the back. It sticks up pretty far, so I like to lower it down. Kind of like a little trailer hitch or something. Maybe a third-party company could come up with a design with a tab that could fit in there or something. But it does have a 5mm peg hole back here where the little extra handle for the axe can lay. I'll get into that later. His gun can go on any of these ports on the sides, like here, 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 or even here. In vehicle mode, just because it can. And yeah, so that's weapon storage, I guess. Other than that, he's sculpted and painted very nicely. I do like all the silver, how they actually painted the rims here. And yeah, also the wheels can fold down. All 6 of them can go down as such. This is official. This is an official mode. It's his hover truck mode, which I don't like doing, as this table, the paint on it isn't very good, but it comes up fairly easily. Yeah, not great. So I like to keep it, as a truck. You can see some sculpting up here, more on the side over here. One thing I do like, however, is all the translucent blue, how he's got 4 pairs of 3 headlights. Here, we've got the front ones and then the top ones. These actually do cover up some Generation 1 detail, which I don't think you can remove this without having to compromise some of the transformations, so, But also, it's a modern take on the character. I don't like how empty this space is down at the front, though. I feel like they could have made this a bit longer, but anyway. I'm not going to be storing it in this mode, again, just because I don't do that. The grille is translucent blue, and also translucent blue is the windshield, which you can open up. And inside, this is only in truck mode. You've got a little outline of the matrix. You've got a little outline of the matrix of leadership in there, which is pretty nice. You can just close that back up. And yeah, it does roll very nicely. It's fairly loud, so yeah. This thing measures about 2.5 inches tall. Just about there. Yeah, just about 2.5 inches tall. And then it also is almost 6 inches wide. You can't see that. Almost, maybe 5 3/4 long. So yeah, now for size comparisons, Optimus here with Power of the Primes Deluxe Jazz. You can see I have custom painted. I think I've used him in the Megatron video, but that was recorded a week ago. These two look fine together. Jazz could be it's either Prowl or Jazz if they're coming out for the Siege line. If it's Prowl, I'm excited because I don't have a Prowl other than animated Prowl, and he doesn't really like to stand up anymore because he's 11 years old. But anyway, I hope that it's a Prowl. It might be a Jazz, though. I don't know. These two look fairly nice together. He is very small in truck mode. I've heard somewhere that he's closer to Legends class scale in truck mode, which I do agree with. But yeah, I think that this Power of the Primes Jazz could pass off as a Cybertronian mode Jazz. I just painted this thing a lot. It doesn't look very good. Next, for size comparison, we've got Titan's Return Hot Rod, who is not as long as Jazz. You can see I've kind of painted his little headmaster there, but anyway, yeah, these two look fine together. More in robot mode than vehicle mode, but yeah. Here he is next to Voyager class Siege Megatron, who they were made for each other, so they should work together. I've already featured this comparison in the Megatron video, so. And then last but not least, we've got the thing that I've compared every Transformer in my past year of reviewing them to, Devastator, which, he's fairly tall considering all. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah. So, his gun fell off. I'll just move that to the side. Yep. And move him off to the side as well, so that we can get to transformation. Alright, so first what you want to do is open up the chest and fold out these panels on the side right there. Take these silver panels, push those all the way back as far as you can. Take the front lights, along with folding the wheel down. Take the front lights, fold them out, do the wheel thing. Then you can pull out the arms here, as well as lifting up the entire front bit. And then up here, what you want to do, take the front bumper first, fold that down, and fold these in, fold it all flat, and turn it around for eventual backpack forming. Then you flip up the head from inside, and so then you can close the chest, lift up these wheels here until they go into the chest like so. Straighten out the arms, fold these panels back, fold these inward where there's a tab here, and there's a little, it clamps in to there so that it stays. I'll talk about this later. That's a big flaw in my eye, so you do that on both sides. You can fold out the arms. Oh yeah, the smokestacks can move in and out like so. So That allows for mobility. Fold down the entire waist from this hinge here. So fold that all down. Separate the legs, turn them around, as well as turning the wheels to the other side. There's little panels in here that you flip out. Little tabs there, there's a little slot in there. You want to line those up to where they can connect, and then you fold that in. Fold down the kneecap, and then open up the foot. Do the same on both sides. And just get that done. Open up the foot, turn that around, fold down the panel. Then for the back, allow me to raise up the camera a bit. For the backpack, what you do is take this, flatten out the hinge here, fold that in. There are two tabs on the back, two slots right here and here. Fold that down until they connect, then fold that in. And there you have Optimus Prime, which is great. I'll get to my complaints about this in a second. But, yeah. Let's take a closer look at the head sculpt. It's incredibly Generation 1 accurate. Like, it's surprisingly so. It's a very nice head sculpt. Compared to Megatron's, Megatron has the scuffing detail on his head. Prime does not. Prime, I think, has less detail, or like scuffing marks on him than Megatron does. He's only got it here, 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 and here. Nowhere else on the figure. Not even on the legs or anything, or on these covers or such. But I mean, some people like that. I'm okay with the scuffing detail. I think that they went a little overboard with it on a Soundwave, but yeah. Let's see. This backpack I do like a bit. It kind of flattens him out. It does add a little bit of length to the figure in the back, but it's okay. I believe that Toy Hacks, the repro label people, are making some labels for this guy that come with like details to make this like a rocket pack or something, to be like a jetpack on his back and such. So that I find that cool. He's got the headlights up here. The chest does still open up in this mode, although it does move the arms back. And surprisingly enough, you can actually take a Headmaster, or a Titan Master, from Titan's Return and finagle it into that cavity. Meaning that if you have a leader class from Power of the Primes, you can actually fit in a Matrix core piece in there. So he can have the Matrix in his chest, which I find exciting. Except for the fact that it, doesn't come with one. I think that there should have been like a little fold out, like tab or something, flap. There should have been a flap that can be folded out that can cover up this hole that has like some Matrix detail on it. But anyway, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really matter at all. Also, right here I have the MPO1 Matrix here. It works pretty well with these guys. I'm considering getting the reissue of Big Convoy. The one that comes with, I believe it was the first removable Matrix, but this cannot be fit into his chest cavity. It's too big, and also I don't want to scuff up the thing any more than it already is. So I'm just going to go put that back where I had it. So yeah, he can open up his chest. I like this detail here. I believe it's supposed to be more of a gray color, but I think that the white looks better than it would have. I think it would have just looked a bit bland, honestly. There is some mess up paint here on his crotch piece. under the what I presume to simulate a belt buckle. But other than that, there's not much paint scuff. Okay, so something I find weird is that on this panel there's some scuffing paint, some dirt paint on the inside. You can kind of see it there where the hinge is. If you fold it out, it disappears. But on the other side, there's nothing there. I'm wondering if that's just a me issue or it's just like a factory issue or something. But anyway, he's got the shorter smokestacks, and this being like a joint venture from Hasbro and Takara, we probably aren't going to get larger smokestacks unless some third-party company comes out with panels, which you can take these out if you want to using this screw here. I actually have a screwdriver here for an eventual, this little tiny one here. I believe it's this side. Nope, it's the other one. Sorry, just trying to get this open. I did test this out. You can use one of these tiny little eyeglass repair screwdrivers on these screws here. They're also on the inside, so I've done this before. You can take these screws out and remove these panels to make it more streamlined. And also, these are just clip-on panels, so you can just pop that out if you want to. It does leave those little things there, but it's better than having giant panels sticking out, I feel. So let me just try to get that back in, fold that in, and yeah, the legs are nicely sculpted. I like these kneecap details here. The scuff paint on these is kind of a bit harder to see, but you can still see it. You got some silver paint on the toes there. So yeah, there's a Prime's thing. So let's talk about articulation. His head is on a ball joint, which means it can look all the way around. It can look up that far, and if you push back the neck joint to where it does that, he can look up that far. It does not go down, but he can look down that far. So his arms can move all the way around. They can go out that far, about just under 90 degrees to the body. So there's a bicep swivel there, over 90-degree range at the elbow, kind of the same as Megatron. Then he's actually got a wrist swivel there. He can kick forward that far, which is pitiful, and kick backward a lot more. So he does also have a waist swivel, which I'm surprised with, as they don't use it in the transformation. They just cover that up with the bumpers. So I wasn't expecting that, but he's got a very deep knee bend there, almost full bend, and then also his ankle tilt is fairly poor, but it's about as much posing as you're going to need from this guy. Also, he can kick out that far, 90 degrees to the body. So I just realized that I forgot to talk about his weapons. He comes with this ion blaster, and it's sculpted very nicely, even though I don't like how hollow it is everywhere, but I guess that was for symmetry. And it just fits into any of the multiple 5mm peg holes, such as this, or these back here, for storage or to just have a gun put there. If you want to go see my Megatron review, a few minutes into it, you will find a picture where I have attached 17 different weapons to him alone. And his axe, okay, so this is meant, in this mode, it's kind of like a shield. It can go here. It sticks out very far, but you can fold this little pipe down, as I showed. For toy hacks, again, I'm mentioning them again, suggest maybe using this as a guitar, perhaps, because it kind of looks like that. You can have him play The Touch, or Dare to Be Stupid, or, Instruments of Destruction. That's a great one from the 86 movie. But also, there's little tabs here and here. When you push this one down, that flips out the back blade. You push this one up, and it flips out this blade. then he's got his axe. I don't know why they didn't do it translucent orange. I think a lot more people would have liked it if it was, but it doesn't look great when being held by him. He should have had open hands that could grasp it about here, and enough articulation to grasp it with both hands, but it is still a mass retail toy and not Masterpiece version 3 Optimus Prime. God, that thing is almost $500. But anyway, yeah, size comparison time. Let's just move him over here. Here we've got a deluxe class Power of the Prime's Jazz, and you can see that he basically towers over him because he is class higher than him. Next, Rodimus, or Hot Rod, sorry. They look kind of okay together. Their shoulders are about at the same height, which I find funny. I don't like how tall his shoulders are because they hide the spoiler on the back, which is one of my favorite personal details about Rodimus's Hot Rod. Sorry. Next, we've got his wavemate Siege Megatron, which they look fantastic together. Really love this look for Optimus and Megatron. Except for these tank treads. I didn't voice my problems with that in the video, but I've come to kind of hate them, even though I do like them. I don't know how to remove them without, like, damaging the figure. I've tried taking out the screw here on the back on that wheel, but it didn't do anything, so, like, that was fruitless. And then I might have to take out the pins somehow, so yeah, so I'm just going to move him out of frame for now. And then into frame comes the biggest Transformer that I have, Devastator, which, again, he just towers over him. You can see more of my setup there. But yeah, also, I have this custom painted shield that I did. It was Fall of Cybertron Grimlock's shield. I like to use this more than the axe as a shield. So you can just pop that in there. He's got a bigger shield now, and it actually looks like a shield. I also use this sword that came in the same 2-pack with that Grimlock figure from, it was like a tiny little chrome Optimus. But I like to kind of do this. Actually, you know what? I'll go to closing thoughts and then I'll show you this. So, yeah, closing thoughts on this guy. He's fantastic. I do think that he's slightly better than Megatron, just because he's Optimus, and also I think that his toy, the mold, is better. Surprisingly, or to my surprise, the Ultra Magnus figure for this line does not use this body mold. It's a completely new one, which is fantastic. I love that feature, and I plan on getting that figure when it sometime after it releases, maybe for like my birthday or something. A few months, like 3 months after it releases. So, also one thing I regret not mentioning is the peg holes down here at the feet that you can attach weapons to if you want to. I believe that is more for just like if somebody makes a custom base or something. But yeah, this figure is fantastic. If you're a fan of Transformers, if you're a fan of Optimus Prime, you should go get this one. So, I think that this has potential to, it's kind of like a miniature version. I've heard this been said. It's a miniature version of MP10, which, based on what I know about that figure, is completely true, and this is an incredible figure. So go out and get it. Anyway, that's all from me. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which will probably be that TIE fighter right there. So, have fun, stay cool, and remember to light your darkest hour. Haha, Transformers reference.